Hi everyone. Did you know that you have the ability to set clear, defined, purposeful goals in life? And more importantly, you have the character power to act on them. You see, highly actualized people understand the importance of exploring their talents and uncovering their purpose in life. And in doing so, they are putting themselves in the direction of their calling. The key is discipline and a vision of your life's mission, and to serve others while you realize this. You see, goal setting is as easy as mapping your objectives in writing. Once you've done this, it'll start to get your creative juices flowing, and this will put you on the path to your purpose in life. You see, you can't hit a target unless you see it, hence putting your goals in writing on paper. So, for instance, if, say, you've been wanting to paint your house for a long time, right? And you keep putting it off and you keep putting it off. And all you need to do is take small, simple steps. The triple S method, this is called. And it's as easy as picking the smallest room in the house and starting on the smallest wall, and then paint that wall. And before you know it, that wall will be done. It'll be that easy and it'll feel that good. You might even move on to the second wall. And then the second wall will be done. And then after that, you'll move on to the third wall. Before you know it, you've done the third wall, and it's probably only an hour or so that's passed. You might as well do the fourth wall and finish the room. Hey, the room's done. What a terrific feeling this will be. Because you could be a person that's always procrastinating. And there's no point in punishing yourself for your procrastination, because you're only going to make yourself worse in doing so. So just take a little bit of time, map out your objectives of your goals in writing, and understand that you need to look at these objectives every day. Make small, simple steps to help yourself and put yourself on the course to your purpose. So, comes and it reminds me of a story of the king, the magician, and the wise counselor. Anyhow, the magician had a super act. And at the end of his act, the king, his subjects, and his counselor all clapped loudly and cheered. And the king stood forward, and at the top of his royal voice, he says, "This man has a talent." And the counselor steps forward and he says, "Sire, genius is not born. It is made through dedication and discipline." The king didn't like hearing this because it took the magic away from his act. So he told his two guards, grab the counselor, lock him in a dungeon at the bottom of all the dungeons, and throw in two of his friends with him to keep him company. So the guards threw in two piglets, because the king thought that the counselor was a pig, obviously, and into the deepest dungeon. And because the counselor had nothing to do every day, all he did was he picked up a piglet under each arm and he walked to the top of a long flight of steps to the dungeon door and back down again. And he did this continuously every day. Anyhow, as the years went by, the pigs grew bigger and bigger and larger until they were fully grown boars. And the counselor every day picked up one boar under each arm and walked to the top of the steps. As time went by, the king decided, I wonder how the counselor is faring. So he sent his two guards down to the dungeon, brought the counselor up, and up came the counselor, a fit, muscular, taut-looking, powerful man with a boar under each arm. And the king looked at the counselor and said to his subjects, "Now this man has a talent." And he said, "No, sire. Genius is not born. It is created through dedication and discipline." The moral of the story is that we all have genius within us. We just need to work hard to become genius. And it's And I mean, if you think about it, there may be people who have the ability of learning faster than other people. But if you put your mind to it and set your goals properly and have a purpose in life, find your purpose, uncover it, you will be able to set yourself in this manner. Become a genius if you want. It's all up to you. I mean, if you think about it, Einstein in high school could not even do some of the most simple mathematical equations and formulas. Yet he revolutionized the scientific world with his formulas and his theories. Even to this day, his theories and formulas are used in science. Here's another example for you, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee mastered the 1-inch punch. It didn't come naturally to him. It took him years and years and years of practice to find the ability to master a punch of 1 inch with the massive amounts of power that he generated behind it. And to this day, I don't think there's anyone who has accomplished the 1-inch punch as well as Bruce Lee did. You see, they weren't born geniuses. They made themselves geniuses. Anyhow, that's today's little lesson. And I'd like to leave you with this, that in 2002, reparations for the Aboriginal people were made for stolen wages because they were always getting paid less than everybody else throughout history. $55 million was awarded to the Aboriginal people of Queensland. By 2004, $17.4 million was paid in reparations for stolen wages to the Aboriginals. And ever since then, not a dollar more. Go figure out where the rest of the money went, $33 or $32.5 million or $37.5 million, sorry. So, all I need to say is now a lot of people are saying, fighting for Black Lives Matter. All lives matter, not just black lives. Every single life on this planet, from the lowest person that you can think of who lives in the street, financially low, I mean, all the way to the top of the food chain. No one's life is worth more than anybody else's. We are all equal on this planet. We are all unity. We may have our own way of thinking. We may have our own character. We may have our own abilities, but we are all unified. And the sooner everybody figures this out, the better it is for everybody. Peace, love, happiness, and gratitude to you all. And subscribe to my channel if you like what I've been saying. I appreciate you watching. See you later.